we all talk about Father Mike Schmitz?
I showed him to a girlfriend who's not Catholic, and she's like, when's Mass?
What about the man needing sex? That's just a cultural narrative that basically says men are like animals and they have to be able to do this sexual thing, otherwise they're going to go crazy. And the reality is there's whole vocations that are celibate. And these are virile men, men's men. Some of the most masculine of men I know are priests. We need food. We need air to breathe. We don't need sex.
It's a gift
of coming together, and it's designed to bring life into the world.
I think the sexiest thing about a guy is like their self-control. And my husband has amazing self-control. So after baby number 4, when we started practicing NFP, it was like we couldn't do it sometimes when we wanted to. And that kind of made things a little steamier, like not gonna lie. It's hard on him too, don't get me wrong. People will say, well, oh, do you just do other things for your husband?
We interrupt this program to prescribe you with 1,000 milligrams of red vitamins.
Right here, right now. It's the right time, It's the right sound. Right now. Tell the whole pipe down. Tell the nigga pipe down.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne coming at you with another crazy video. But first, my goal is to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. You already know. Reclaim your throne.
All right, I might have to take my own advice because right now I am so frustrated by the fact that like I can't see anything more with this guy I'm seeing. And he's a great guy. He's a great guy on paper, great guy in person. And I just don't understand why I don't see more with him. Like, what made me want to see more with my exes? You know, like, it's so, I don't know why I'm getting emotional, but it's so frustrating. Like, he's a great guy. He's like such a good guy. And it's like, and then I don't see more with him. It's like, why? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand what is wrong with me.
So here you have it, guys. Another example of modern women discarding the good man, the nice boy, the good little boy who does everything that she wants him to do, who checks all of her boxes on paper, who in person is holding out chairs and opening up car doors, but yet she doesn't see anything with him, but she sees something in her toxic exes. The guys who were, pump and dump, bag and go, the tag and go, touch and go, whatever you want to call it. The guys who treated her wrong, the guys who did her dirty are the ones who she actually can see a future with. And this is not, a one-off with just this woman. This is a dilemma that many, if not most, modern women are facing in 2025. And, we continue to hear them say, oh, well, there's not enough good men, or, I don't know why I'm single. It's because men don't approach, or this and that about, oh, men are doing us dirty. But the reality is they are seeking out the men who are doing them the worst. And trading in the good guys, the guys who they put in the friend zone, the guys who they can't see anything more with, even though he has everything together, checks all the boxes, and he's a good guy overall. They still can't see a future with this man because, for one, they have high body count, so their ability to pair bond is, pretty much non-existent. And they also just, they are attracted to the toxicity. They are attracted to the ebbs and flows of the emotional ups and downs of a toxic relationship. And I think that is the main reason why the majority of modern women are single. Not because there aren't enough good eligible men, not because men suck and men aren't providers anymore, or men aren't masculine anymore. No, what it is the guys who are actually the good guys, the guys who are going to do them right, the guys who are going to treat them well, are the ones who get looked over and discarded, as you can hear from this modern woman here.
I think it's crazy when men say that you're intimidating. Like, babe, if I'm intimidating, what does that say about you? Like, what you got going on for yourself here? Come on. I think it's crazy when men.
Okay, so she's saying that she thinks it's crazy when men say that women are intimidating. But I mean, I genuinely have not heard men say that women are intimidating. Maybe it's intimidating to approach a very attractive woman. I can understand it from that perspective. But intimidated by your career, your profession, or anything like that, or, you know, just her feminine presence and grace, I really don't give credence to that argument because, for one, I mean, any man worth his salt who has a tad bit of courage is not intimidated by women in the slightest. As a matter of fact, you know, a guy who really is about it sees women as a challenge, yes, but not an intimidating challenge. It's a challenge to overcome, or a challenge to see, okay, you know, where am I in the pecking order of you know, the sexual marketplace? How do I stand? Am I deemed as attractive or not? And I think the rejection is probably the most intimidating factor. But if you're a dude on a date with a woman and she starts telling you about her career and all this kind of stuff, you saying that she's intimidating is absolutely ridiculous. I think men should frame it differently. If you are a type of guy who don't want your girl to be working and be a boss babe and all that kind of stuff, I wouldn't classify it as intimidating. I would just say, hey, you know, I am not exactly looking for a woman who is, you know, serving corporate America, right? I'm actually looking for a woman who can be a mother, who can be a housewife, who can be a homemaker. And that will put it into a different perspective rather than you just saying she's intimidating, because then you gassing their heads up and making it seem like they're just like some ultimate being. In reality, you're pretty much just afraid that she's going to out-earn you. So I think that's more of where it is.
Can we all talk about Father Mike Schmitz?
I showed him to a girlfriend who's not Catholic, and she's like, when's Mass?
What about the man needing sex? That's just a cultural narrative that basically says men are like animals and they have to be able to do this sexual thing. Otherwise, they're going to go crazy. And the reality is there's whole vocations that are celibate. And these are virile men, men's men. Some of the most masculine of men I know are priests. We need food. We need air to breathe. We don't need sex.
It's a gift
of coming together, and it's designed to bring life into the world.
I think the sexiest thing about a guy is like their self-control. And my husband has amazing self-control. So after baby number 4, when we started practicing NFP, it was like we couldn't do it sometimes when we wanted to. And that kind of made things a little steamier, like not gonna lie. It's hard on him too, don't get me wrong. People will say, well, oh, do you just do other things for your husband?
And that the answer is no. She doesn't give him blowjobs. She doesn't you know, get him off anyway. And that's why she's saying, oh, he has amazing self-control, because the reality is women want men to have quote unquote self-control so they can absolve themselves of their own sexual responsibilities in a relationship. It's so funny how they're referencing the Catholic Church as these masculine men who have self-control and they aren't having sex. Meanwhile, we know what's happening in the Catholic Church. We know that these priests are touching little boys and you know, I mean, we know how sexual repression affects these individuals. And I don't even want to get into all the debaucherous things that have been reported about the Catholic Church and other, you know, priests or whatever who take vows of celibacy. We know that that doesn't work. We all understand that sexual access and sexual variety is essential to a man's mental health, particularly the sexual access part, not necessarily the variety part, but the access part 100%. And she's trying to say, oh, it's a social construct that men need sex. No, it's a biological construct, okay? The urge to have intercourse with a beautiful woman is a biological urge, not a social urge, okay? That's why you feel something in your body, usually your lower loins, right? When you see an attractive woman or are aroused by a woman. But it's so funny how they are referencing the Catholic Church, who we know have the worst reputation when it comes to the ramifications and effects of their sexual repression. So she's trying to say, oh, well, you know, this Catholic priest doesn't have sex. Bruh. The dude that they showed on the screen, I don't know what his name is. I guess she said his name earlier, but yeah, this guy. You're going to tell me this dude doesn't have sex? Man, come on now. You can't grow a beard like that and not at least be eating pussy. Like, come on, dude. It's just so funny how modern women try and frame these arguments, and it's such BS. For one, we know that sexual repression is actually bad for men because it can, turn these supposedly good priests, godly men into sexual deviants who target the vulnerable, because these vulnerable people typically cannot really tell on them and say, hey, this priest says he's celibate, but he just I'm not even going to explain what they're doing to these children, but he just did this to me. Children, abused children aren't going to speak out like that. So that's why they target them. So she's sitting up here saying, oh, well, these Catholic priests, they have vowed to celibacy, and there's whole, priesthoods who dedicate their lives to celibacy. Yeah, right. Until they get on the news for, doing something with a child. And then we see the true colors of these individuals, and we understand that sexual repression is not good for men. And I mean, that's why these men should probably just go ahead and find a wife or something like that. But there's no way these dudes are just not having sex, not getting off at all. I mean, they're watching porn most likely, or they are, doing something on the side. Worst case scenario, they're touching little boys. And that's what we've seen in the Catholic Church due to the sexual repression. I'm not even going to blame it on the religion. It's not about the religion. It's about the sexual repression and the expectation for a man to go his whole life without being intimate with a woman. And then they try and I don't know how they're justifying it in their mind, because I can't justify it, but they are justifying taking advantage of, people who can't consent, young children who can't consent, because they are sexually repressed. And this is a huge issue in the Catholic Church. And it's so funny that she would bring up the Catholic Church instead of speaking on, maybe a Shaolin monk or something like that, where they're and then I could make the argument, well, there ain't no bitches out there. They're in the mountains and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, these women, they are trying to rationalize why they don't have sex with their husbands. And that's exactly why they're trying to make the argument that, oh, men don't need sex. No, men absolutely need sex. And the men who aren't getting sex are the ones who are shooting up schools or doing something crazy or taking advantage of children. So, hey, man, you guys, you find you one woman and get it in, bro. But I bet not see y'all out here talking about some, oh, well, men don't need sex and then end up doing some crazy stuff where I see you on the news. So, hey, man, it's wild out here. And these women, they are trying to lead the discussion on how men should behave, and they are completely out of the loop. But you already know what it is. It's your boy, Reclaim Your Throne. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Send your list, request to the email down below with a screenshot of your CashApp so no paying on ties, man. Y'all need to be on your mark for getting with the BS. You already know. Reclaim Your Throne.
Want to become an elite level athlete? Well, look no further. The Reclaim Your Throne Elite D1 training course is all you need to take your performance from subpar to the creme de la creme of athletes all around the world. The purpose of this course is to give you a comprehensive weight training, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance program that is meant to prepare young athletes for collegiate and professional sports. This course is packed with over 2 hours of creative, action-packed lifts narrated and coached by yours truly to assure increased strength, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance. Hey, I get it. Training alone can be tough and can even make you feel misguided or somewhat unmotivated. But with this course, I walk you step by step through each and every lift to make sure you're using the proper form to prevent injuries and that you're hitting the correct muscle groups to render maximum results. So what are you waiting for? It's now or never. So go ahead and get the training course today so you too can reclaim your throne.